welcome to another Green Marble DIY crafts and entertainment project. Today I'm going to show you how to make a woven beaded bracelet. One of these, or possibly one of these. Using a method that I recently rediscovered and that most of you probably already know, but I'm going to be doing some things, sharing some tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way, because I don't have one of those cotton thready device thingies, you know, those little things that look like a coin, a little silver coin with a triangle bit of metal on the end that you shove the cotton through, and then you can shove that bit through the needle and thread the needle, you know. All of mine are broken. So yeah, I'm going to show you how I thread cotton without one of them, or yarn through beads at this point. So it's going to be cotton through beads. Anyway, we'll get to it. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that. I also wanted to let you know about my recent projects that I'm working on. I've nearly finished a video for this little summer dress that I've been working on. Really, really pretty. Using a yarn that I salvaged from a recent, from a previous project that it was something I was never going to wear. So it's fine. Okay, so there's that. Yes, actually, and this is like the completed dress that I made. So cute, so cute. This is using an aloe vera yarn, aloe vera sort of cotton yarn that I bought years ago, well, a couple of years ago, and never used, so perfect opportunity to use that was this. And these look really, really pretty together actually. This bracelet and this dress. I love those. Okay, yes. So that. I'm also working on another bolero. I know this probably seems a bit samey, but at this point I just want to get it really, really right, you know? Like I want to perfect it to the best of my ability. See what happens. Okay, so there's that. I'm also going to be working on a V-neck sweater with a ribbed collar. And I have an idea for another keyhole sweater. So you know that keyhole I made with the tie at the front, but doing a little something different with the sleeves this time. There's plenty more things coming. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm also working on adding all the written patterns for my designs to my Patreon. So if you're interested, if you'd like to help me out at all with my channel, the link to my Patreon will be in the description below, and if you want to check that out, that's fine. Just have a look. Also, if you like the video, please give it a like. If you would like to subscribe to join me for some more videos, that would be really great. That would be excellent. I'd love to have you join me. I don't really think there's anything else to say. We should just get straight into making a bracelet. Okay, now to make this bracelet you're going to need some cotton, so just plain old cotton. And I'm gonna need some beads, so I've just chosen my beads already, just a pretty selection of beads just there. I'll push that to the side for the moment. And you're gonna need some embroidery cotton. I'm using embroidery cotton type stuff, but you can use wool or whatever yarn you want to use to make your bracelet. And you're gonna need 7 strands. So I've cut 7 strands of this at 50 centimeters each strand. So that's obviously just for my size, which is probably like a small, medium. If you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger, or smaller if you want to make it extra small. Yeah, so just 7 strands of cotton or yarn, or whatever yarn you want to use. You're also going to need a scrap of cardboard. So we're going to tilt the camera down slightly. And you're going to need something round, so I think I'm just going to try using this to make a circle. So you're going to want to draw a circle on the cardboard. So I think I can get away with just doing it like this. So place a round thing on the cardboard just there. Grab a pen or a texter or whatever you're going to use. I'm just going to use this texter. And make yourself a circle. So I'm just going to sort of messily, I'd say, yep, pretty messy. Doesn't really matter though. I mean, you can obviously do it a lot neater than this, but you know, I just, you know, I'm a messy person. Alright, so once you've done yourself a type of circle, oh man, that's really bad. Anyway, what you're going to do next is you're going to draw 8 points onto the circle. So I'll tilt the camera down just a little. for this bit. And you're just going to do 8 points, so 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then you're going to cut out your circle, getting yourself a pair of scissors. Let's angle the camera up a little for this bit. And cut out your circle. Alright, and there's your circle. Okay, now that you've cut out your circle, what you're going to do is you're going to, at these points, just cut a little slit in the cardboard, just there. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and cut number 8, just there. Alright, there we go. Now, putting that just there, you're going to grab your embroidery yarn, just making sure all those ends are lined up evenly. So I think that's pretty even. You're just going to tie those into a knot. So just like this, tie them into a knot. And leave a fairly substantial end just there so that you'll be able to tie the bracelet up when you've finished. So just like that. Bit of an end like that. Now what you want to do is you want to cut a hole into the center of this piece of cardboard. So just there, you want to drill yourself a little hole. But be really careful not to stab yourself. And if you're doing it with kids, don't let them do it. Do it for them. Because I've already stabbed myself a few times doing this. Mostly because I'm just clumsy and I'm sort of don't have too much spatial awareness. I've got a little bit, but not enough to not stab myself from time to time and do silly things. Okay, so also you're gonna want to make sure that hole, if you're doing beads, just bear in mind you don't have to put beads on this bracelet. It's just what I'm doing here. So make it big enough, the hole, that you can shove your bead through when it comes time to thread it on. So I'm just picking up my largest bead. It's probably that one. See if you can fit. Yeah, that just makes it through, so that's good. Alright, so tidy up the hole in the middle. Alright, so I've tidied up the hole. Obviously it's not that tidy, but again, I'm a messy person. So anyway, now that I've done that, I'm going to grab this knot just here and sort of pull it through to the other side like that. And then what we do is we arrange the strands in the slits on the side. So just bit by bit, picking up each one, grab the strands and arrange them around in a circle. So remember there's 7 strands, so there's going to be 1 extra slit at the end free. Alright, there we go. And because that hole is extremely uneven, it looks ridiculous, but that's okay, it's going to do the same thing. I'm not worried. Now, what we do is, because we've got this extra slit just here, we count 3 back. So 1, 2, 3. Then we pick up that 3rd strand and we move it to the spare one. Then we turn, always making sure to hold on to that knot at the back just so that it stays stable and also sort of neat as you go along. And then once again counting 3 back, so 1, 2, 3, picking up the 3rd one and adjusting it in the spare one. Turn, counting back again, 1, 2, 3, picking up the spare one, picking up the 3rd one, shoving it in the spare one. And you're just going to keep doing that around. And I'm going to do a bit of a length of bracelet before I add a bead, but I will meet back up with you once I'm there, and I'll show you how I add beads to my bracelet. Alright, now that I've woven a fairly decent length and I sort of want to put a bead on now, I'm going to, well, I've already cut myself a fairly decent length of cotton, a little bit of string just there. What I do is I sort of loop it in half, just like that. Looping it in half, so making sure the ends are together. Sort of can be a little tricky, can be a little fiddly, but you know, once you get used to it, it's okay. Alright, so you've looped it in half, just like that. Now, the next bit of cotton that you're going to be overlapping, and you look for that, so that for me, that's that one just there. I sort of find the end of that, and I loop that through the bottom of that cotton that I've just folded in half. So looping that through, just like that, through there. Then I grab myself a bead. Which one am I going to grab? I think maybe one of these blue pearls. So grab that, and then thread the ends, or the two ends, because you fold it in half, remember. So you thread the two ends of that cotton through that bead, and then you pull that just like that, and then you pull that through just like that, and it threads it onto the strand, which is really excellent. And then you pick up your strand, so remember holding on to the back just there, pick up your strand and push it through. Make sure to push it through just there between where it's meant to go, so otherwise it can look really messy. But yeah, just thread it through like that, attach like that, and just go along as normal, weaving, weaving, weaving until that's woven in completely. So just going around every third strand. I really hope this is making sense. I know sometimes I don't explain things great, but I hope this is okay. Alright, so yeah, just weave that in like that until you've reached a point where you think you want to put on another bead, and just do the same thing. You just get your looped bit of cotton and picking up the third one along that you're going to be overlapping, and you sort of thread that through the end of that cotton just like that, and then you get the two ends that you folded in half, get the bead. So I would probably get one of these now, make sure they're sort of even and matched up so that you can thread them both through at the same time, just like that. Oh, and so yeah, this is just, you know, in case you don't have that needle threader or that yarn threader, needle threader that you know I was talking about before, the little coin thing with a diamond shaped metal at the end. Anyway, yeah, and then obviously, like I said just then, sort of shove it between those two bits, go like that, and just keep weaving along and weaving along. So just keep doing that until you've woven your bracelet to the length that you want it. So I'm going to go away and do that, and you can go away and do yours. When we've woven it to the length that we want, we'll meet back up and we'll just tie off our bracelets. We'll see how they look. I'm sure they'll look fabulous. I'm obsessed with doing this, just, you know, in case you couldn't tell. I stayed up one night and, you know, did about 1 million of them. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Alright, I will see you soon. Okay, now that I've reached a length for my bracelet that I'm happy with, I'm going to unattach all these strands, holding onto it to make sure it doesn't fall. Pull this out. And I'm just going to tie a knot. So just going like this, pull those strands through. I'm going to tie it quite close to that bead just there. What am I doing? Well, there we go. So just tying it, make actually tie it quite close to where you finished. So just down there, just like that. Pull it tight. There we go. And then maybe line it up with that just there. So trim those ends off. Trim the ends off, make it a bit neat. Just like that. Nice! Alright, there we go. Oh my god. I love it. It's beautiful. So pretty, so I'm just going to chuck that on there with my other ones. Maybe give this a rest for a little bit, do something else, but yeah, I'm really happy with that and I think it's really pretty. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you've made yourself a pretty bracelet. I'm sure I won't stop here, I'm sure I'll make a few more. Yes, and if you've watched till the end, thank you for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you like the video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me for some more tutorials. Usually I do crochet, but occasionally I'll be doing little crafty things here and there for entertainment's sake. Yes, it's 5 AM, I'm very tired, I think I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for joining me.